It is Graham here, living the dream in April 2023, and finally guys, after 5 months in our new house, the first big project is about to start, and that is of course here in the kitchen. So in this episode I want to talk about how we get from here to here. Guys, Fiona and I are under no illusion that this project is going to be probably the most disruptive project we do in this house. And while we know this video is not travel related, we thought we would vlog it here on the channel. Hi, I'm Graham and this is my wife Fiona, and we have always had a work hard, play hard philosophy. From London to New York and of course the Caribbean, we live our dream through travel. And of course, the odd cocktail. And here on YouTube, we create our memories while living our dream. So come and join us as we share our memories with you. Right, before I get into this episode, I do want to mention a few things. We've gone with Wren Kitchens, and they're a very large UK national kitchen company. They do other things as well. Wren have absolutely no idea that we're making this video. It is not sponsored in any way. We're not going to be filming any of the guys at work. We just want to show you what our kitchen project was like, because as I said in the introduction, it's probably one of the most disruptive projects we'll ever do in the house. We would have preferred to have gone with a local kitchen company, but to be absolutely honest with you guys, all of the options that we looked at simply didn't work. So replacing this kitchen, which is the kitchen that came with the house about 15 years ago at the time of recording this video, when this house was built by Taylor Wimpy. This would have been a fridge freezer in this corner, but it was moved over there with an American fridge, and I must admit I'm going to miss the American fridge when it goes, when the new kitchen goes in. There's this massive space here in the middle of the kitchen, and this is where the previous owners had a table for their family. They used what Fiona and I used the dining room for as a TV room for their kids. So we're going to be replacing the kitchen. We've got a sort of oven and grill down here. We've got a 4-ring gas hob, which is pathetic, I must admit. And we're going to replace that with a 5-burner gas system. Now, that's one thing I do want to say, because Fiona would have preferred an induction hob. She wanted to go all electric because the carbon footprint that the green energy agenda talks about these days would prefer that we moved away from gas and we went over to electricity. It simply wasn't going to be that easy in this house, and we would have required to install a second high voltage electricity cable running all the way down the side of the house to provide enough high voltage power to run 2 full-size ovens and a induction hob. So after much deliberation, I've got to say, we've decided to go for a gas hob again. Quietly, Fiona knows that pleases me a lot more. I prefer cooking with gas than electricity, but she's going to get her double ovens, and in this corner we are going to go back to an integrated fridge freezer. The utility room is going to simply be replaced as is, with cupboards on the wall, a new composite work surface here, and there will be a space for the washing machine, and this space over here would be for a tumble dryer. Fiona and I don't have a tumble dryer. We use it for the cat's litter tray. We much prefer to have our washing dried outside in the air. So that's it for the utility room. And back in the kitchen, we're going to be replacing the composite work surfaces that came as part of this kitchen, and we're going to replace them with quartz. And that is going to extend this project quite considerably, because at the end of day 5 of the installation, Wren have booked to come in to do a template for the composite work surfaces, and they say that will be another 7 to 10 days before they can install the composite work surfaces. So this video is all about our kitchen project, and it's all about how we get on during what is going to be, without a doubt, the most disruptive project in our home improvement program. Right guys, Monday morning, as you can see from that introduction card, this weekend was really about preparation. Fiona's done a lot of work to clear out the current kitchen. As you can see, most of the cupboards are now empty, but they're all now prepared to be ripped out. So in the fitter, really nice guy actually, we've met him a couple of times, starts today. Not exactly sure what he's doing today. He said it's a preparation work. This wall here, there's going to be a new radiator going on there, and we're putting a TV up on the wall itself. Bracket is up here, bits and pieces, ready for that job being done. So they're obviously going to have to put in electricity, a power socket, double socket there, and to power the TV and the Sky Puck unit. And I say they're going to put new battens onto the wall for the radiator there. They're also in the utility room, apart from cat food, it's all pretty well ready. I'm guessing there's a chance to rip this out. So this radiator is being replaced as well. So I'm guessing that is going to be getting the preparation for that work done. So where we're going to live with stuff for the next couple of weeks? Well, in the dining room is where really most of the kitchen has already gone. And yeah, we've got the beer fridge maybe used for a lot more than beer over the next couple of weeks. And there's slow cooker, cups, plates, etc. Try to keep out as much as we're going to use. Not sure about when this fridge, when the American fridge freezer will get switched off. But as he builds the new kitchen, I'll show you some renders of that in a minute. The new fridge freezer will go over there, and at that point we can switch this off. Going to have to organise with the council to come and uplift. This is the one item that the Wren Kitchen guys will not dispose of. Okay, I'm going to quickly show you the living room before I come back and show you what this kitchen should look like when it's finished. Right, we don't have a garage in this house. There was a double garage connected to the house, but the previous owners of the house had it converted into an extra room, which actually is Fiona's study, her craft room. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually use the living room as the storage area when the kitchen arrives on Wednesday. We've put down all of this protective covering on the floor, etc., on the wood floor, laminate floor, and we're going to store it in here, and that is sort of be the preparation area, I suppose. So that's for Wednesday, that they're planning to do the delivery. We have met the painter. He was here on Friday. Really nice guy, Magic. He starts tomorrow, Tuesday. I'm guessing that's when he's going to start painting the areas of the kitchen that will require paint, because of course not all of the kitchen will require paint because it's going to be covered in cupboards, funny enough. So that is, oh, the other thing I wanted to say is we actually managed to get the guy to come and paint a lot more of the house. I mean, we've been in this house 5 months now, and does need more paint done. More painting done even, and we're going to get a couple of the bedrooms done. We're going to get the hall done as well, and possibly the little TV room as well. So we'll see how that goes over the next couple of weeks. He had a cancellation in a job, which meant that we managed to get in there, because it's one of the biggest issues we're having here in the UK, and I know my colleagues in the US are saying exactly the same. Getting tradespeople is really, really hard at the moment. So we're fairly lucky that yeah, everything is happening this week and next week, but the kitchen project will not finish for a couple of weeks yet, because the templating for the quartz has got to be done. That's got to be built and then installed. So all of this will be gone, certainly by this day next week, and it will be replaced by this. So these are the renders that Wren have done for a new kitchen, and this is what this will look like in a few weeks' time. welcome to Tuesday morning, and as you can see, guys, the kitchen's gone. Well, it's nearly all gone. Ian, the kitchen fitter, really decent guy, very kindly left us the cooker and the hob, but cut everything else around it and has left us with the sink to do our dishes. So it's all not that bad, and utility room, as you can see, is just pretty well gone. The again, the washing machine is still plumbed in, which is absolutely great. So the reason for the project in this state is because it's prep work. We're having a lot of electrical work done at the same time because we want lights at the kick plates, we want lights around the cupboards, you know, we want ambient lighting in the kitchen, which is going to really enhance the new kitchen when it arrives. So yesterday was about the electrician coming in. As you can see, he's been running cables here. As you can see up in the ceiling, there is a lot of cables being run here as well. And that's really to separate the two circuits from the lighting circuit, running the GU10s up here in the ceiling. They're being replaced maybe today or tomorrow to brushed aluminium, and that's really to go with the brushed aluminium electric 3-pin electrical sockets. As you can see again, he's been placing those here, removing the socket that was for the outside light because we went dusted on lighting, which was installed a month or so ago. And as you can see again, more sockets been put in. This socket runs the cooker, that will go as well. And this socket will be hidden behind cupboards, so that'll go. So really, it's all been about preparation. Like, oh yeah, the last thing is round the back of the fridge. This is going to be a bar area, and there's going to be some floating glass shelves. So again, they've got to be wired in as well. So there's a lot of electrical work going on. Today, Tuesday, the plaster arrives. Again, he's going to have to cover up where all this tile work was, because not all of it's going to be covered by the quartz surrounds. Tidy up here, and the last thing, the socket has gone in for the TV as well, because we're going to hang a TV on that wall. And Fiona's brought out a table that she uses for decorating. I don't know, she's never done wallpapering in my memory, but anyway, decorating table is where we've got our toaster and our kettle plugged in, through in the dining room where all the kitchen is really we're living out of at the moment. Coffee machine's up and running on top of the beer fridge. So really we're getting on with it. It is a disruptive project. As you can see, the kitchen is now lying outside the back of the house. And what will happen is next week, Wren will arrive with a van, and they'll simply just lift that and they'll take it away, and it will be dumped, I guess. It'll just go to the recycling centre. Not sure which one, but anyway, that's all dealt with in the contract that we have with Wren. Not sure I'm going to be able to do a vlog every day because there's not really going to be a lot to show you for a few days now. The plaster comes today. The painter starts today in other areas of the house because he can't start painting the kitchen for 3 days until the plaster dries. So yeah, that's about it. The kitchen arrives tomorrow, and as you saw in yesterday's vlog, it is going into the living room. What I'll try and do is run a time lapse of that happening, maybe give you some of the content. But so far the project's going well. The guys have been really great. It is a disruptive project having your kitchen done while living in the house, but you know, as I said to the guys yesterday, you can't make an omelette without breaking an egg. Wednesday of week 1 was of great excitement because while Fiona headed off to work, the delivery team from Wren Kitchens had arrived with the new kitchen in the back of their truck, and they had a pretty cool fully automated system, checking off each item as it appeared on our order, and then staging all of the boxes in our driveway, and then moving them one by one into the house, where our living room would be the storage area in the house. And in less than an hour, the new kitchen was delivered. And Fiona did make a very valid observation. How the heck was the kitchen fitter going to find what he needed if it is at the bottom of this pile when he starts building the new kitchen next week? Right guys, it's Thursday on week 1. There's really not a lot happening here in the kitchen for the last couple of days. On Tuesday, Davey the plasterer was in and he, well, did some plastering, funny enough, in the areas that require to be painted. Maciej the painter has been in doing some preparation work, and as you can see here, the preparation work for the painting goes ahead, because at the end of the day he doesn't need to paint everywhere, because the cupboards are actually going to come to about here. There's a whole wall of them, so there are only certain areas that do need painted. The ceiling here, he's been working on the ceiling, getting that ready for the paint, and I believe the painting may start tomorrow Friday, but he is going to be here all day Saturday as well, so the kitchen will be ready for the fitting on Monday. Also contracted the painter to come back the week after the kitchen's finished to do some touch-ups. Guaranteed there'll be a little bit of work required after the kitchen goes in, so we have done that in preparation for getting it looking absolutely right. This kitchen's got a reasonable budget, guys, and Fiona and I have said we want to do it right. As you saw in yesterday's video, the kitchen has been delivered. It's here in the living room. And yeah, as I said at the end of yesterday's segment, Fiona and I have got absolutely no idea how the kitchen fitter is going to find anything if it's at the bottom of this pile and it's the first thing he wants out on Monday morning. But at the end of the day, guys, that is his problem. The Wren guys who did the delivering yesterday were brilliant. They were really decent, couple of decent guys, and they worked their asses off for about an hour or so as they got this kitchen out of the van, onto the driveway, and then into the house. But that is it delivered and ready for the install Monday. I'm not sure how much more vlogging I'm going to do this week, if any. Maybe try and do a little bit more just as the day of the kitchen being starting to get installed even, but that's going to take all of next week, which will try and give you an update every day on the progress. So that's it from Thursday and probably week 1 of the Kitchen Diaries. And as we reached Sunday and the end of week 1, Maciej the painter had completed the walls and the ceiling in the kitchen. And remember guys, that not all of the walls require to be painted, because you ain't going to see them after the kitchen cupboards are installed. And I have to say that Fiona and I were very impressed with Maciej the painter. He admits himself he is a perfectionist, and as a result the quality of his work is excellent, so that our kitchen fitters could start promptly on Monday morning. Maciej worked throughout Saturday to get the job done, but as I said earlier in the video, he had planned to come back the next Saturday after the kitchen was fitted to complete any touch-up jobs, including the wood and therefore the doors and skirting boards. By the end of Monday and week 2, there may have been very little happening in the utility room, but oh my goodness, the kitchen was starting to take shape. And with no sink to wash dishes, Fiona and I thought we had the perfect perfect excuse to go out and try some of the local restaurants we haven't tried yet. And when the kitchen and utility room takes a little bit more shape tomorrow, Tuesday, I will take you on a little bit more of a tour and explain where things are going to go. And this morning, Ian explained that he would contact Wren with a view to taking away this old kitchen, which has been lying in our back garden for just over a week now, at the end of this week or early next week. Good evening on Tuesday, the 2nd of May 2023. Tonight's probably the lowest point I've felt in the entire project. I think it's just a combination of being tired and just a little bit of fed up with the kitchen project. But as I said in the previous video, you can't make an omelette without breaking an egg, and it's to be expected. We're getting there. Anyway, you can see there is progress. The freezer is installed. It's not switched on yet. The electrician's coming tomorrow, and we'll get that done. The two ovens are in, and the cupboards have started to be placed up there, down there. That's where the dishwasher's going to go, in that corner there, and then coming around in return, this is where the hob is going to go, and the gas pipe was installed today. And as you can see, we have a radiator on the wall. In the kitchen, not the utility room. The utility room is coming together as well. As you can see, the work surface, or as the Americans call it, the countertop, is on. This is just a standard laminated version. We didn't go for the quartz in the utility room. I think tomorrow the plan is to put the cupboards on the wall. And that's really it, guys, from what seems like really only day 2 of the kitchen building project, but getting well into week 2 of the entire project. The fridge freezer, I can't remember if I said to you in an earlier video, but we had a friend post that on the local Facebook, one of the local Facebook pages in the town. We decided to donate it to somebody who really needed a fridge freezer. It still works, it's no use to us. And over in that corner will be my bar. The beer fridge will move from the dining room into this lovely little nook that's going to be built for it, with some nice glass shelves, and it'll look really cool when it's done. So that's it, guys. That is the Kitchen Diaries on Tuesday, the 5th of May, 2023. Afternoon from Wednesday, the 3rd of May 2023, and as you can see, the pile of garbage from the kitchen project is growing outside in the back garden. You can see that the pile of kitchen that was in our living room is not here anymore. The dishwasher's still there, but you'll see that in a minute. The kickboards are still here, and the flooring is still there. The temporary sink is in here still, and I expect that will go in. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. So let's go and see how they've got on with the kitchen since I left you yesterday. Right, guys, in the kitchen there actually has been quite a lot of work gone on today. There might not look like it from yesterday, but the secondary lighting circuit is now up and running. As you can see, the lights there that are going to be under counter are now working. The 2 ovens are up and running, as well as the fridge and the freezer, the integrated fridge freezer. That means tonight Fiona and I can get the American fridge freezer emptied, ready to be collected tomorrow. You can also see that, for example, the bin cupboard is in place. The drawers that will be under the hob are in place, and the rest of these cupboard doors have been put on. Dishwasher still to be done, and the temporary sink. Now, what do I mean by a temporary sink? Well, because we are getting a quartz countertop installed, that has been templated on Friday, but it'll be another 7 to 10 days before that can be fitted. So until the quartz countertop is installed, we're going to have no gas hob, for example, and we're not going to have the proper sink installed. So what Wren do is they supply you with a little bit of work surface, and with that they supply you with a small temporary sink just to keep you going for 7 to 10 days. Is a pretty good idea. And that is what we'll be left with at the end of this week, which in the Kitchen Diaries, of course, is week 2. And therefore, probably that will be the last of this video series for a week or so until I show you the kitchen completed with a new countertop. Obviously, the new flooring is going to go in, and over here is where my bar is going to go behind the fridge freezer. Glass shelves are in place. You can see they're alight. Still a little bit of work to be done here before the beer fridge can be moved from the dining room in there, and that's also getting a quartz countertop. You can see there the radiator has been moved and centered on the wall. We're talking about when we're going to get the bracket up for the TV as well. A lot of the work today is in here in the utility room. As you can see from yesterday, the wall cupboards are there. We have a sink, we've got running water. Yeah, we can actually wash dishes finally this week, which means Graham's going to wash some dishes this week. But I think this is looking really good, and it'll look even nicer with the new floor. Oh yeah, the radiator is also installed in here, and that's going to be charcoal, which really is going to match the black and white sort of finish that we're going to have in this kitchen. So that's it, guys. This is the kitchen on day 3 of the actual build, and that of course being Wednesday the 3rd of May 2022.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.
The 4th is with you, young Skywalker.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with us.
Remember, the 4th will be with you, always.
As the kitchen goes forth into the 4th day of construction, you see where I went with that one, guys, on the 4th of May 2023, it really is starting to take shape. And as you can see, even the bracket that will be used to mount the TV in the wall is now in place. The kickboards with the LED lights were even installed earlier today. I saw them in action and they looked absolutely fantastic. But Ian, our awesome kitchen fitter from Wren, took them off, placed them back in the living room, ready to do the flooring tomorrow, being Friday. And Fiona is now in the utility room, which is all but finished except the painting and the flooring. Welcome to Friday the 5th of May 2023 and the end of phase 2 of the Kitchen Diaries. So the way I'm looking at it is that phase 1 was the deconstruction, phase 2 was the construction up to the templating, and phase 3 will be the completion. And the templating guy has just been and gone, and he's measured up everything here for the new quartz countertops, which will simply come all the way around here to the sink, will come to about here and then run along the sink and will completely fill this gap here. What he's saying is that on Tuesday we should get an email which will tell us the install date, but he reckons it'll be about 2 weeks. So that's a bit on schedule. 10 days, 10 working days is what we were expecting. But other than that, it is sort of finished. You can see the flooring's in place and it's looking really good. The plinth lights, the ceiling lights have been a bit of an issue. We're looking to possibly have to change, these have already been changed, change them again to 100mm GU10 rims to try and hide the pretty crap hole cutting that went onto the roof before we had this house. And as you can see over here, the bar area is ready. My my beer fridge is going to fit in there. There's going to be cupboards, storage cupboards either side. The shelves, Fiona's not happy with these shelves. I sort of get what she's saying. They weren't cheap, but she's not happy with them. She's maybe going to look at getting a wall-mounted cupboard with glass doors and lighting put in it instead. So that's something for another day. The painter has been doing work elsewhere in the house. He's coming back tomorrow, Saturday, and he will then start painting the woodwork, and he will do the touch-ups, etc. That were damaged during the install. The TV's ready to go on the wall. Now the only issue I've found is the plug, the 5-volt DC plug for the Sky Puck is rather big, and I don't think it'll fit. So I've been on to Amazon and I've ordered a much smaller plug. And as you can see here, basically the utility room is finished. As I said right at the beginning, we use that slot for the cat's litter tray rather than a tumble dryer. We don't have a tumble dryer. The washing machine's in, the sink is in, and it's there. Still needs a bit of touch-up work. The painting, I totally forgot that the cupboards were only coming to here, and this area needs painted, but that's going to be done tomorrow. So with the countertops being possibly another 2 weeks away, this will probably be my last update for a few weeks. But of course, by the power of video, I'll be taking you straight to the next phase very shortly. It is Monday, the 15th of May, 2023, and as a result, we're heading into week 4 of the Kitchen Diaries, and as you can see, Fiona and I have put a board down over the carcass of the kitchen, which means we have some usable space here in the kitchen. You can also see the TV is on the wall, and the beer fridge is in place over there, but I'll come back to that in a few minutes. Okay, so where are we? This is going to be a very quick update today. Friday this week, Wren will be back to install the quartz countertops, including the windowsill and doing all of the other bits around the kitchen, and the quartz countertop that's going above the beer fridge. So that's for this Friday. So I'm hoping that I was hoping that next Monday would be the last of the Kitchen Diaries and I could get this video edited, produced and uploaded to YouTube, but that's not going to happen because Fiona has decided she's not happy with the 2 LED shelves over there, which is the area that's going to be the bar. So these LED lit shelves are, they weren't cheap, I must admit, but Fiona does think they cheapen the entire kitchen, and you know what, she's absolutely right. So what she did is last Friday she went back to Wren in Glasgow, and she has ordered a new glass cupboard with lit shelves in it. Now, they say it is, I think they said 4 to 5 weeks delivery, so that means that the kitchen won't be finished now until the middle to the end of June. So this Kitchen Diary series will not be published until after this has been completed and the kitchen has finished. So the cats are looking at me here. As you can see, we've got them all back. They've got a new cat tower. Oh yeah, the bar stools are also in place as well, which is great. There's new kitchen doors being ordered. Some of them didn't pass quality control, so they have been reordered, they've been delivered. So we're getting there, guys. It's a lot better than it was a few weeks ago, but it will be really great. Hopefully by the end of this coming weekend, as I say, the quartz countertops will be installed, the sink will be installed, the gas hob will be installed, and we will have a kitchen that is certainly 99% complete, except this new wall cupboard that Fiona's ordered. We'll have to wait on that being delivered. So that's it for Monday and the beginning of week 4. The Kitchen Diaries continue. Alright guys, it's Friday morning. week 4, and we are prepared for the countertop installation. Ian and his grid team have been along. They have removed all of the sockets, which was mandatory before the quartz countertop people from Wren came and installed. That's done. So that's really it. We've removed the board, removed the seats, removed my coffee machine, the Amazon Alexa speaker. We've emptied the kitchen of anything that could possibly break ahead of the install of the quartz this afternoon. Well, the set any time between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. I don't know what that means. Fiona probably get a text. As you can see, the cupboards, the cupboard door back in here, and the doors that failed quality control have been changed as well. What else has happened? Lights. We have got some new light fittings. I think these white ones, which are a lot bigger. So what the problem was, guys, the owners of this house, before we had it, had basically, I think, hacksawed the ceiling for the lights, and it had left a pretty jagged hole. It wasn't uniform, and the previous lights that we bought, the brushed chrome ones that we bought to put in here, just weren't covering the raggedness of the holes for these GU10 ceiling light bulbs. So what we did is we got these 10 centimeters even, lighting rings put in, and while they're not perfect, they're a lot better than the old ones were. So that's it, guys. We're ready for the quartz countertops to be installed anytime between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Friday, the end of week 4. All right, it is 10 past 4 on Friday, and the guys arrived at just after 1 o'clock. Lovely couple of guys arrived, and they're just away about 20 minutes, and this is where we are now as we enter the kitchen. The gas hob isn't connected up. That's going to happen tomorrow. And the sink isn't connected up either. It's just propped up or held in place by a couple of wooden posts below there. And of course, the electric sockets that are here will be reconnected tomorrow. That is Saturday. I think it is looking really, really good. It's just the first time, I suppose, the kitchen has started to look pretty well complete. I know it's not complete, guys, but it is nearly there, and hopefully Fiona comes home. She's about 20 minutes away. She will be delighted. That's the bar area, and as I say, that is going to change, and I'm not going to finish this video series until the new cupboard is in place, so that's going to be another couple of weeks before that's done yet. So the kitchen diaries will continue, but I'm delighted. I think it's looking really nice. I'm so glad we waited and went for the quartz countertops. But yeah, all in all, so far so good. Don't know when I'll be back for the next video. Maybe I'll wait until Monday, and when the sockets are in place and Fiona started to place things, let's just call them things, kettles and toasters and the microwave and the block of knives, etc. When they all get placed out, and I'll come back and show you what that is like. It's Saturday. It's all but finished. What do you want to do?
Fill the cupboards.
Fiona wants to take all the plastic off the cupboards.
Very satisfying once you get it started.
There's the dishwasher.
Peeling sunburnt skin. One down, 20 odd to go.
So my favourite bit in the dishwasher, and I never knew these existed until Fiona ordered it, is we don't have a cutlery basket. We've got a cutlery drawer, and it sits right next to this drawer, which means you simply pick them up from there and put them in there. How cool is that? The simple things amuse the stupid. I wish the camera had a smell-o-vision, because the smell of whatever you're cooking is onions. What are you making tonight? So the first fully cooked dinner in the new kitchen is a curry.
I'm making
And it's roasted vegetable tomato soup. My favourite.
Yeah.
My favourite everything. Right, I think it's time to open a bottle of something. And toast to the kitchen being 99.9% ready. Finished. Cheers! Oh, that's nice. Right guys, it is Monday morning in what would have been week 5. I had planned to bring this episode to a close once the bar area was complete, but when I was looking at the edited video, it's sitting at over 40 minutes already, and it's way longer than I expected it was going to be. As a result, I'm going to cut it here and go straight to summing up. And as I said at the beginning of this episode, Wren Kitchens have absolutely no idea that I'm creating this video for the channel. It's not sponsored in any way. They've had absolutely no input. It is Fiona's and my honest opinion of the service that we received from Wren during our entire kitchen project. So I'm going to do what I used to do in my Tech Tuesday videos. I'm going to sum up by asking, should you avoid Wren? Should you consider Wren for your next kitchen, or should you just go straight to Wren and get your next kitchen ordered with them? Guys, you know what we're going to say. We've had an absolutely fantastic experience with Wren. We have loved working with their team, from the sales team to the customer services team, and of course Ian and his installation team were absolutely fantastic, really great guys. So you know what I'm going to say, just go straight out and buy your next kitchen from Wren. At the end of the day, guys, we went to quite a few companies. Wren were the last, they got our business, and they have been absolutely superb the whole way through our kitchen project. So that's it, guys, from the Kitchen Diaries. I know this was a very different video that we've produced on our Living the Dream YouTube channel. Getting your kitchen done is without a doubt one of the most disruptive projects you'll ever do in your house. So getting it right is without a doubt the #1 priority, and with Wren Kitchens, I believe Fiona and I did. I'm in absolutely no doubt that you will see this bar area complete in a future video introduction. But for now, guys, this has been the Kitchen Diaries.